Welcome to our countdown of 100 iconic moments from the Champions League and its predecessor, the European Cup. Presented alphabetically by team, this collection features unforgettable triumphs, comebacks, and defining performances from 100 clubs, spanning the competition's history from 1955 to today. Sit back and enjoy, as we relive the legendary highlights that have shaped generations of European football, moment by moment. AC Milan avenged the miracle of Istanbul in 2007, beating Liverpool 2-1 in Athens as Inzaghi scored twice. AEK Athens became Greece's first European Cup quarter-finalists in 1968-69. Ajax stunned Europe in 1995, defeating holders AC Milan 1-0 with an unbeaten youthful squad. Anderlecht made the 1982 semi-finals, defeating Juventus and Red Star along the way. Upahel Nicosia made history in 2012, reaching the quarterfinals after topping their group and beating Lyon. Arsenal narrowly beat the Galacticos 1-0 in 2006, with Henry's solo goal at the Bernabeu sealing a historic win. Artmedia Bratislava shocked Porto with a 3-2 away win in 2005, making a memorable group stage debut. Astana became Kazakhstan's first Champions League group stage club in 2015-16. Aston Villa lifted the 1982 European Cup, edging Bayern 1-0 in Rotterdam, with Peterwith's goal. Atalanta crushed Valencia 4-1 in their first UCL knockout, announcing their arrival on the big stage. Atletico Madrid beat Milan, Barcelona, and Chelsea to reach the 2014 Champions League final against Real Madrid. Auxerre stunned Arsenal with 2-1 at Highbury in 2002, with goals from Capo and Fadiga. Barcelona's legendary 6-1 win in 2017 overturned a 4-0 first-leg loss to PSG in the iconic La Remontada. Basel beat reigning Premier League champions Manchester United 2-1 at home in 2011, shocking Europe and reaching the UCL round of 16. Bata Borisov stunned Bayern 3-1 in 2012-13, earning their most iconic UCL victory. Besiktas electrified in 2017-18 by topping their group unbeaten, even winning all their away matches in the group stage. Benfica won back-to-back European Cups in 1961 and 1962, with Eusebio scoring 2 goals in the 1962 final. Bayern's dominant 2020 included an 8-2 demolition of Barcelona and victory over PSG in the final. Boavista claimed their first UCL win in 1999-2000, beating Dortmund 1-0 at home. Bordeaux topped a group with Bayern and Juventus in 2009-10, defeating both en route to the quarterfinals. Brøndby beat Bayern 2-1 in 1998-99, scoring twice in the final minutes for a stunning victory. Celtic made history in 1967, becoming Britain's first European champions by outplaying Inter Milan. Celta Vigo's only UCL season in 2003-2004 included a 2-1 win at San Siro over AC Milan. CFR Cluj beat AS Roma 2-1 in Rome in 2008, marking a Dream Champions League debut. Chelsea claimed their first Champions League in 2012, with Drogba's late header and winning penalty. Club Brugge reached their only European Cup final in 1978, falling 1-0 to Liverpool at Wembley. Copenhagen advanced in 2023-24 after a 4-3 thriller against United in a tough group with Bayern and Galatasaray. CSKA Moscow reached the 2009-10 quarterfinals, eliminating Sevilla in their best UCL run. CSKA Sofia reached the 1982 semi-finals, eliminating Liverpool with a 2-0 home win. Deportivo La Coruña overturned a 4-1 deficit with a stunning 4-0 win over Milan to reach the 2004 semi-finals. Dortmund shocked Juventus in the 1997 Champions League final, with Lars Ricken scoring an iconic goal in a legendary 3-1 victory. Dynamo Kiev stunned the Los Blancos 2-0 in the 1999 quarterfinal first leg, with Shevchenko scoring twice on their way to the semi-finals. Eintracht Frankfurt made the 1960 final after beating Rangers 12-4 on aggregate, then falling 7-3 to Madrid. Fenerbahce reached the UEFA Champions League knockout stage for the first time in club history in 2007-2008, marking a significant milestone for the team. Feyenoord became the first Dutch club to win the European Cup in 1970, beating Celtic 2-1 in extra time. Fiorentina topped their 2009 UCL group after a 2-1 win at Anfield over Liverpool. FK Partizan reached the 1966 final after beating Sparta Prague and Manchester United, losing narrowly to Madrid. Galatasaray rallied from being 0-2 down to beat Real Madrid 3-2 in 2001, with Shash, Davila, and Jardel scoring. Ghent made their first UCL knockout in 2015-16, finishing second in the group. Göteborg beat Barcelona 3-0 in the 1986 European Cup semis, nearly reaching the final. Hamburg lifted the 1983 European Cup, defeating Juventus 1-0 through Maggott's early goal. HJK Helsinki made the 1998-99 group stage, beating Benfica and drawing twice. Inter's 2010 treble was sealed with a 2-0 win over Bayern in the final, as Milito scored both goals. Juventus' 2002-2003 run included dramatic wins over Barcelona and a 3-1 semi-final win over Real Madrid. Kaiserslautern topped their 1998-99 group, beating PSV and HJK before a quarter-final loss. Lazio showed their European rise in 2000 with a 5-1 group stage win over Marseille. Leeds United reached the 1975 final, beating big names before falling to Bayern. Legia Warsaw thrilled with a 3-3 draw against Real Madrid in the 2016-17 group stage. Leicester City's 2016-17 run included topping their group and eliminating Sevilla, led by Schmeichel's heroics. Leverkusen reached their first Champions League final in 2002, falling to Real Madrid. Lille's 3-1 win at Wolfsburg in 2021-22 helped them top Group G with grit and quality. Liverpool's Miracle of Istanbul in 2005 saw them recover from being 3-0 down, to eventually win on penalties. Lokomotiv Moscow's 2003 campaign peaked with a 3-0 group stage win over Inter Milan. Lyon reached their first UCL semi-final in 2009-10, ousting Real Madrid and making a deep run. Maccabi Haifa defeated Manchester United 3-0 in 2002, a landmark Champions League victory. Malaga's unbeaten group run in 2012 ended in a quarter-final heartbreak against Dortmund. Malmö FF reached the 1979 European Cup final after defeating Austria Vienna, but ultimately lost to Nottingham Forest. Manchester City claimed their first UCL crown in 2023, beating Inter Milan 1-0 to complete the treble. Manchester United's treble in 1999 was capped by 2 stoppage-time goals to beat Bayern 2-1 in the final. Marseille became France's first European champions in 1993, defeating Milan 1-0 with Boli's header. Mönchengladbach made the 1977 final, rallying through the rounds before falling to Liverpool. Monaco's 3-1 comeback win over Real Madrid in 2004 saw them advance to the semis on away goals, led by Morientes and Juli. Nantes reached the 1996 semi-finals, beating Spartak before a close loss to Juventus. Napoli dismantled Liverpool 4-1 in 2022, as they went on to reach the quarterfinals for the first time. Newcastle overwhelmed PSG with 4-1 in a stunning 2023 group stage performance. Nottingham Forest won back-to-back European Cups in 1979 and 1980, defeating Malmö and Hamburg. Olympiacos reached the round of 16 in 2007-2008, finishing second in their group with 11 points, level with Real Madrid. Panathinaikos became Greece's first European Cup finalist in 1971, losing to Ajax at Wembley. Porto triumphed in 2004 with a 3-0 final win over Monaco, led by Mourinho and stars like Deco, Maniche and Carvalho. PSG crushed Inter Milan 5-0 in 2025, with Dues starring in their long-awaited first European triumph. PSV lifted their first European Cup in 1988, edging Benfica 6-5 on penalties after a 0-0 draw. Rapid Vienna ousted Real Madrid in 1968 on away goals after a 2-2 aggregate draw, reaching the quarterfinals. Rangers beat PSV 4-1 in 1999, with goals from Amoruso, McCann, and Moles in a famous win. RB Leipzig reached the 2019-20 semi-finals, beating Tottenham and Atletico after topping their group. RB Salzburg became Austria's first UCL knockout team in 2021-22, advancing from the group. Real Madrid's La Decima came in 2014, beating Atletico 4-1 with Ramos' dramatic late equalizer. Real Sociedad topped their group in 2023-24, finishing above Inter, Salzburg, and Benfica. Red Star Belgrade triumphed in 1991, winning Serbia's only European Cup by beating Marseille on penalties. Roma's 3-0 home win over Barcelona in 2018 overturned a 4-1 deficit in one of football's great comebacks. Rosenborg beat Real Madrid 2-0 in 1997-98, earning one of their most memorable European wins. Rostov upset Bayern Munich 3-2 in 2016, with Noboa's free kick sealing a famous win. Sampdoria reached their only European Cup final in 1992, losing 1-0 to Barcelona on Koeman's free kick. Schalke crushed Inter Milan with 5-2 in 2011 to start a stunning 7-3 aggregate win. Sevilla reached the 2017-18 quarterfinals after a 2-1 win over Manchester United at Old Trafford. Shakhtar's 2010-11 quarterfinal run marked their best UCL campaign to date. Sheriff Tiraspol shocked the world in 2021 with a 2-1 win over Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. Sporting CP humiliated Man City in 2024, with Gyökeres netting a hat-trick in Lisbon. Sparta Prague beat Barcelona 1-0 in the 1991-92 group stage in a memorable win. Spartak Moscow stunned Real Madrid 3-1 at the Bernabeu in 1991 to reach the semi-finals. Stade Reims played in the first-ever European Cup final in 1956, losing 4-3 to Real Madrid. Standard Liège's goalkeeper Sinan Bolat scored in the 95th minute in 2009 to secure Europa League qualification. Steaua Bucharest won the 1986 European Cup, beating Barcelona on penalties in Seville. Tottenham's 2019 semi-final comeback at Ajax saw Lucas Moura net a dramatic hat-trick, capped by a last-second winner. Valencia dominated the 2000 semi-final first leg, thrashing Barcelona 4-1 at the Mestalla. VfB Stuttgart impressed in 2003-2004, advancing from the group and pushing Chelsea in the round of 16. Villarreal reached their first UCL semi-final in 2022, knocking out Juventus and Bayern before losing to Liverpool. Werder Bremen's 2005-2006 run saw them finish second in the group and narrowly lose to Juventus. Wolfsburg made the 2015-16 quarterfinals, even beating Real Madrid in the first leg of their debut run. Young Boys beat Juventus 2-1 in 2018, claiming their first Champions League group victory. Zenit topped Group H in 2015-16, winning 5 matches in their best UCL campaign. That wraps up our journey through 100 iconic moments from 100 different teams across the Champions League and European Cup history. Thanks for joining us in celebrating the unforgettable moments that have shaped European football. Until next time, keep the passion alive and don't forget to like and subscribe to support this channel. Out of Play says goodbye.